Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Recha Wadash. The honors to the elect, apostle, bishops, elders at Great Millstone, Everywell. Shalom to the elect. I dare do his work in sincerity and truth, and not for vain glory, in season, out of season. Shalom to the elect, men, women, sons, and daughters of the elect of the nation Israel, which are the men, women, sons, and daughters, you so-called Negroes, Latino Haitians, Hispanics, Latinos, Native Americans, some Indians scattered through the four corners of the earth. I just want to bring this out. The women have always been on this tip as far as, if a man has another woman whilst he is with her, he's cheating and all this bullshit. But that's going to be all a thing of the past, okay? And we know men as we know the Israelite man, the black, West Indian, Haitian, Latino, and Native American, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian man. We all always want another woman. And most of us have more than one woman. I'm not talking about brothers in the truth per se, but some of them do have or can have, and this whole thing of the black woman, West Indian, Haitian, Latino, Native, Hispanic, West Indian, Haitian woman, Latino, Native American, and Native American woman going completely bonkers, completely crazy, doing every demonic thing according to what the white man set up. Going through this, it's not going to be the case. Okay? It's not going to be the case. It's not, because, these women, they're desperate now. I'm talking about the black, West Indian, Haitian, Latino, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian women. They're desperate now, because men are not just dealing with them. They're just saying, the hell with them. We're going to keep our money in our pockets and our wallet, and we're going to do our own thing. So they're already desperate anyway. But it's going to come a time, let's go to Isaiah 4:1. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah 4:1. The book of Isaiah, the first chapter and the fourth verse is, and in that day, what is that day? Well, it's starting now, but it's going to come to a point where the black, West Indian, Haitian, Native American, Hispanic, Latino, Native American, and Seminole Indian woman, they're going to come to the terms where, their man is going to have other women. And that day is the day of the time of Jacob's trouble, where there's going to be no food, cannibals are going to be out there. It's going to be a lawless society, so they're going to come to that realization that, okay, he has more than one man, which that was the plan of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, from the get-go, for a man to have. There are more women on the earth than men. Okay? All right. So That was a plan from the joint, you know. So all this shit about talking about um your man cheated on you, that's why he left you, and no, excuse me, that's why you left him, because he cheated on you. You found out he had another side chick or whatever. You know what? That's going to be a thing of the past. It says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Oh boy. Yeah, well, who's going to have the biggest problem with this? The black woman. But she's going to have to come to the realization, and she's going to be forced into dealing with a man of the Lord that has more than one woman. You know, and and that's what it is. That's why the scripture's saying. The scriptures are telling you that. And it's going to get so bad, what the scriptures say, saying we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Yeah, so it's going to get to the point where, oh boy, the black woman, which we know all women of the 12 tribes, the West Indian, the Haitian, the Puerto Rican, the Native American women, we know they all got to have a problem with this, but it's going to get so bad with a point, they're going to have to fucking deal with it, yo. They don't have to fucking deal with it. Listen, because there's going to be a famine in America. I don't know if the black, West Indian, Haitian, Latino, Native American, Hispanic, Latino woman, whether they understand it or not, there's literally going to be a famine in America. And the men of the Lord are ones that's going to have the food. They're going to have protection from Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. That's why the scriptures tell you what? That my servant shall eat. So the servants of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, they're going to have food in a time of famine. When a so-called white man cuts off all the food. But somehow, some way, somewhere, they're going to get food. And they're going to have to deal with it. Okay? All right? So they're going to look, we eat our own bread. We'll put our own apparel. They're going to come humble, yo. And they'll be like, shit, we'll do everything for you. We'll do everything for ourselves. Just let us be called by thy name. Okay. All right. So yeah. So, which really, to be honest with you, this is a modern, westernized thought of a woman being angry or upset at another man having another woman. But that's not what the scriptures say. All right? You being angry because you're mad, and especially the fucking black woman, bro. She goes to the 10th fucking power, and the Latino woman and Native American woman, they follow right behind her bullshit. If she find out some man got another woman, she goes to the 10th fucking power. She'll jump on a car, she'll key his car, she'll bring divorce papers. She'll just do anything and every fucking thing. All right, but that's not according to what Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai set up. All right, so let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus. All right, and the Apocrypha, the book of Ecclesiasticus. Let's go to the 26th chapter and the 6th verse. And we'll go right to it. Because that's not what Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai set up in the beginning. But we know when slavery and Esau, the so-called white man, set up different things. You know, we understand that, but they're going to have to fucking deal with it. All right, so let's just be real about it. Let's hear what, the word of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai has to say about the black woman, Latino and Native American woman, being upset that her man has another woman, which they're going to accept it anyway. I just read it. 7 wishes, it goes to one man. It says, but a grief, Ecclesiasticus, the 26th chapter and the 6th verse. It says, but a grief of heart, meaning her mind, and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. You know what I'm saying? Now, that can go into a woman having beef with another woman, but really is going into these women, man, that got a problem with her man having more than one woman. So that's a grief of heart, yo. Meaning her mind that is jealous over another woman. So, it's like, but see, this is a thing that's gonna be done away with soon. It's just we have to wait for the King of Kings, which Yahweh, which is the Heavenly Father, gonna send his son Yahweh Shai, okay, to bring this upon the world, yo. And it's gonna supersede anything that, the so-called white man indoctrinated in these so-called black, Latino, West Indian, Native Americans, Haitian, their minds are going to succeed that, it's going to succeed that, because, even when you go to, when you go to certain, like the Arab world, their women know that their man are supposed to have more than one woman. When you go to certain African countries, they know that their man's going to have more than one woman. You know what I'm saying? But here in the Western Hemisphere, and I'm just not talking about America, I'm talking about America, Europe, and that shit is spreading all over West Africa. Wherever the black woman is at, they on that bullshit, right? But they can have side dudes and they can have, other dudes, right? Because you know what? This is what the so-called white man is pushing onto them. See, they don't have no power by themselves. They're under the auspices, they're under the rulership of the so-called white man, and that's what the so-called white man pushes, that they can have more than one man, but the so-called black man can't have more than one woman, but that's going to be a thing of the past. Hey, man, so it's all good, you know, it's beautiful, and it's, right now, the prophets of the Lord, great millstone, we dealing with one woman. Like the scriptures say, a bishop should be a man of one woman. But guess what? If he got a side chick, hey, guess what? He got a side fucking chick. If he had kids by, he got kids by. Okay? It doesn't negate him being a prophet of the Lord. Okay? It's just right now, like the scriptures say, we shall have trouble in the flesh. Like the Apostle Paul said, even when you got one woman. But if a brother has more than one woman, hey, man, a brother got more than one woman. Because that's going to be the future in America. Check that out. Check that static out. I ain't even talk about the kingdom. I'm talking about America. And in that day, which is in America, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. And 7 just means completion. A brother, a so-called black, Latino, Hispanic, West Indian, Haitian, Native American, similar Indian man, he could leave on the chariots with hundreds of women. So that's going to be in America, baby. All right? But it's a grief of heart, yo. If you jealous of your man having another woman, that's on you. That's on the woman, yo. If the woman is jealous because your man got a side chick or he got another woman or whatever with kids, hey, listen, that's on you. But it's going to be in America. So the black woman, she can get on TikTok, she can get on YouTube, and she can talk all the shit on the planet Earth she wants to talk. Guess what? Her ass will be coming after the men of the Lord. And in that day, which is the time of Jacob's trouble, 7 women shall take over 1 man. And most of them going to be rejected. So they can let them talk their shit. Let them talk all the bullshit they want to talk. Let them talk about, I'm this, I'm that. I get my nails done. I do my hair. I put my makeup on. I get my toes done. Where's all the good men? Well, you know what? The good men ain't fucking with you, yo. Because you too much of a fucking problem. And I'm talking about the so-called fucking black woman, especially. Okay? You too much of a fucking problem. The juice is not worth the squeeze when it comes to the so-called black woman. And with that, I hope you're edified. Shalom.